Have you been looking into different life insurance policy options and you've been confused by some of the riders and add-ons that you've seen attached to your life insurance policy? Well, by the end of this video, you'll have a little bit better understanding of one of the riders that you might run into. My name is Jake Williams and I am a life insurance specialist with Step Up Wealth Management. For more information on different riders or life insurance or how all those things can fit together into a comprehensive financial plan designed and tailored for you, be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. That way you're notified immediately anytime I upload a video and you never miss one. So what I'm talking about today is the critical illness rider. Now this is where the terminology can start to get a little bit crazy and start to fold back in on itself, but this is one that I have seen on a few different policies, so I wanted to break it down for you in case you had any questions on it. So this rider functions a lot like the accelerated death benefit rider, or maybe a little bit like the chronic illness rider, but there are some differences in there, so I wanted to break down exactly what that meant. So the critical illness rider is one where it will likely specify out very specific illnesses, diseases, injuries, or other medical issues that could trigger the rider. That could be something like cancer or a heart attack or a stroke, maybe paralysis or a major organ failure or a transplant. But it's going to be a very narrow spectrum, a very limited window that could give you the ability to take this rider. And like a lot of the other riders that I've discussed, specifically the accelerated death benefit or the chronic illness rider, it is something that will allow you to have access to the money and the death benefit of your life insurance while you are still alive. So just like that accelerated death benefit or like the chronic illness rider, it is going to give you some of the cash that would have been paid out to your beneficiaries. It will give it to you while you are living, presumably for the idea of paying for some of the medical expenses that come with some of those extremely costly diagnoses. Now, once you get it, it is your choice of what you do with it, but typically it is used to pay for those expenses associated with the medical care for the cancer or the heart attack or whatever medical instance it was that gave you the ability to access that money. So, unlike the accelerated death benefit rider, it doesn't have to be a terminal diagnosis, typically. But they are fairly serious medical diagnoses either way. And unlike the chronic illness one, it doesn't necessarily have to be something that's ongoing. It could be that single event, but those single events can rack up a lot of cost. So it kind of fits in a window between there, and very often companies won't offer all three of those together. You're not going to see a critical illness rider alongside an accelerated death benefit and or a chronic illness rider. Typically you'll see one of the three attached to your policy. So figuring out which one is right for you is going to really determine or depend on your individual history. If you've got a family history of some of those critical illnesses like cancer or heart disease, things like that, maybe that critical illness rider is one that is going to be of more benefit to you than, say, a chronic illness rider where it would have to be something ongoing, or the accelerated death benefit in which you would have to have a terminal diagnosis, in which case you probably only have a couple of years left. Maybe in that case, if you think you're more likely to use it, go with the accelerated death benefit one. But if you've got a family history of some of those critical illnesses, maybe it's the right choice for you. If you're not sure of what would be the right choice for you or not, take the time, sit down with a professional, talk to someone who deals with life insurance on a daily basis, because they're going to be able to break these things down for you in a way that will help you understand what you are getting, what you are paying for, and how you can use it. if you've seen other riders or if you've seen other uses for riders on life insurance policies. Drop me a comment down below. I'd love to know what you guys are hearing and what you guys are seeing. It gives me ideas for new content, and it lets me know what you guys have questions on and how I can help you. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. That way you get information from me all the time and I know that you're looking for it. And most importantly, if you want to sit down and figure out how these riders can apply to you, there is a link in the description below where you can apply to become my client. I would love to sit down with you face to face, now that we can do that again, face to face, and figure out how we can build a policy that is best for you and your individual unique situations. Take care of your now, your future, and beyond.